Hey, what's up? This is Dan McCabe, and you are listening to the All In Networker podcast. So today is day 13 of my All In for 90 challenge. The topic for the day is features and stories. So the last few days we've been talking about product features. Now we're going to talk about how we start incorporating stories into our presentations as well, and how we use those features to create stories. And today was just a good day. Today I found flow. Today I just found a rhythm that got a lot of stuff done. So I am feeling good, excited to share it all with you guys. So let's go. Hey, what is up, everybody, and welcome. So, where to begin? I think today I'll start with just kind of the general daily updates. I'm recording this podcast a little bit earlier than normal, but I've already lived an entire day, even though it was only late afternoon right now as I'm recording it. There will be more to come from the day as it continues, but I don't know. I was up early. I was up before 5 o'clock again this morning, and I took a day and I kind of forgot about all the other plates I have spinning, and I just focused on the business I needed to focus on. I just focused on the money producing activities. I just focused on systems that needed to get put out there so that things can get automated. A lot of the stuff that has been dragging me down the last few weeks are all things that I knew could be created and developed into a system, and I just hadn't done it yet. So I took today and I did a lot of that. I recorded a ton of content that needed to get done for different websites. I fulfilled on some deliverables for some clients. I just crushed a bunch of stuff, which felt really, really, really good. I had the music on in the background, which I don't normally do, and I didn't check my phone. I didn't do anything. I blocked the time and I just did it, and it feels so good. I had 2 really good sales calls, bigger type sales calls, which is kind of what I've been working on. It's day 13 right now. I don't know if I'm as far along as I would like to be, but I also feel really good about where I'm going, and I've also been doing a little bit more shark hunting than just trying to put orders in, and those sales take a little bit more time. So I do know if I just stay the course and stay consistent, that when things pop, they'll pop big. So that'll feel good. So today, as I was recording some of my content, I had basically the same mini webinar presentation, whatever you want to call it, to record for 3 different audiences. It's basically the same, but it was 3 different websites people would be going to. So each one, even though the messaging was basically the same, I was going to be talking to a different audience. It's one of the things I love about systems and technology is that I can tailor presentations to the audience that I want to hear them. So typically in network marketing anyways, we've got leaders and we've got people that are going to put together a really cool presentation. It's going to be professional. It's going to look really good, but they need it to tailor to everybody. And that's hard. It's hard to make a message tailored to the masses, especially in a company that's really diverse. If you have a company where you are selling to everything from millennials to grandma to the auto mechanic to the dentist, they all hear things differently, and having one message go out to all of them is tricky. So even though I had one message that needed to go out, I recorded it for 3 different audiences, because we have different websites where different audiences are going, where we're only driving traffic to those websites from one particular audience. I only expect one demographic to go to that website, so I'm going to tailor that presentation for them. And it was fun. I got into a rhythm with it, and I just found this presentation flow state that, to be perfectly honest, I haven't found in a while. And it's probably just because I haven't been recording content, training type content, presentation style content in quite some time. I've been doing these videos every single day for the podcast and the updates on the All In for 90. I think I've been live every day for the last 6-7 weeks somewhere on some page. So I've been talking a lot, probably too much according to some of you, but I had not taken that path towards recording presentation style content. And I went kind of a weird direction at first. I know I talked about this a couple weeks ago when I recorded one of these, or an earlier version of it, where I didn't just discover, I guess I found and I finally implemented a teleprompter app on my phone. and I set up a really good little lighting area, and I was reading off of a teleprompter, which when it was actually on my phone and I could stare at my phone, one thing I did learn, if anybody ever does this, is don't get too close, because when you get too close, your eyes have to move back and forth, and people notice that. If you back off 3-4 feet, then your eyes are moving, so that helps. Just a little brand new tip from me. And I did that. I recorded and I wrote all 3 of these presentations out to these different audiences so I could throw them up on the teleprompter thing, and I did them all, via the teleprompter, via written out presentation, and they were okay. But even after I wrote it out very scientifically and exactly how I wanted it to go, I kind of went back to my old school methodology. I ran up during lunch or whatever, after I got done eating, and I took a shower because I hadn't yet. So, sorry. I just got up and I'd been working since like 5 in the morning. It was like lunchtime, and I needed to take a shower quick because I needed to be on camera for some things, some more things. And while I was in the shower, I just kind of had this epiphany of how I really wanted this messaging to go. And so I came down and I just busted out the recording of it for one of the websites, and I loved it so much more than some of the things I'd written out. But the things I'd written out had actually given me the process. They gave me the structure to where I basically knew what I was going to say, and I'd gone over it so many times in my head and trying to do recordings of it that it was able to flow pretty naturally when I just did it, quote unquote, off the cuff. It wasn't really off the cuff, if you know what I mean, because I'd done it so many times. I knew my stories. I knew what I was going to talk about. So just like today, day 13, we're talking about stories. I knew all the stories I was going to say, and I was able to hit pretty much all of those points without looking at anything. And that just comes from practice. And then I felt so good about it. I did the other website, and I was like, man, this feels so much better too. And I looked at the clock, and I was 5 minutes late for a meeting. It was like a group meeting, though, not really one where I needed to participate, just one I was going to listen into and then participate at the end. And I said, screw it, I'm going to record the third one really fast while this is in my head, and I feel good about it. Recorded the third one, all came out good. I was quite happy with all of it. So, putting together those stories, if we're gonna backtrack a little bit here to earlier in this podcast to what Day 13 is all about, features and stories. We've all heard the saying before, facts tell, stories sell, and that's true. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's true. Guys like me who are super analytical, we like facts. We like a lot of facts, but the stories get us excited. That's what people really want to buy. So whatever your product is, whatever you got excited about because of the study you did the last few days, whatever it was that got you excited about your company in the first place, whatever that product feature was, as soon as you have stories around that, specifically stories that have some kind of result, those things will sell all day long. So in my previous life, I was, the last business I was working before I started working with my, the partner I was working with, David, we were in a travel company, and I was able to sell it before I had taken any of the trips or experience. But as soon as I did, that year when I had 8 free vacations due to like rewards points that I had saved up, how much easier was it to sell then? As soon as I started booking hotels at a discount, how easy was it to sell then? It was so much easier. So I don't normally talk about company stuff on any of these podcasts, but that company, it's in bankruptcy, so whatever. And we've moved on to other things. And so as soon as you got those stories, it just makes life easy. And I was very, very, and always have been very, what is the word that I am looking for? Very focused isn't quite the right word, but it'll work. On deliberate, that's the word I'm looking for, deliberate on trying all the different aspects of the products that I'm selling. And I might not, achieve whatever magical, exciting benefit out of every single one of them, but I can always find a handful that really excite me. I remember at that last company, I found a few. I found a few things. It was saving crazy money on hotels. I took a bunch of free trips, and then I found some stuff with their concierge service that saved my butt a couple times, and I had really good stories about getting a bounce house at my house for my daughter's 5th birthday and things like that on a whim because they helped me out. I mean, I was just able to come up with stories, all these stories, and they're so good. And so definitely work on your storytelling ability. And I've got a product, a copywriting book that I started throwing out to some people. It's one of my favorite copywriting books, and I'll throw the link in the show notes here. It's called Confessions of a Persuasion Hitman, but grab the link. It is my affiliate link for full disclosure. But then I was also looking at some of his other products, and he's got some stuff based around storytelling, and he's really, really good. And it's worth watching. I mean, I don't care where you are at in your business. We always need to improve on this part. You know, we can't get all of our training just from the network marketing gurus. You can't get it all from me. You can't get it all from your upline. You can't get it all from your company. Sometimes we need to go outside of that and work on some skills, and those skills being sales skills, storytelling skills, skills that are going to help us within our business. So I'll make sure the link gets tossed in this podcast. I'll also make sure this link gets the link gets tossed down in the YouTube channel as well. And I appreciate you guys. I am going to go back. I'm going to record a little bit more content tonight while I'm feeling good. And then I got 3-4 more days of kids sports here. And then the winter season's a wrap. And we got a few weeks to seriously just take our time back and relax a little bit until the next wave of spring sports starting. So I know I got those going on here shortly as well. But I'll talk to you guys soon, and if you want to connect at all, feel free to go over to danmccabe.com. Feel free to go to the One Big Vision Facebook group. Head on over to allinnetworker.com. Make sure you rate, subscribe to this podcast. I would greatly appreciate it. Or if you're on YouTube, click the red subscribe button, hit the little bell, get notified whenever a new episode drops. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. Thanks a lot.